Okay, we're going straight into this video. Callum Smith versus Canelo, or Canelo versus Callum Smith. I say Callum Smith because he's a unified champion. I say Canelo because Canelo is pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world today. You know me already. I don't mince my words when it comes to things like this. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you exactly as it is, or as I see it. And I see a lot of people at this minute in time pushing for Callum Smith to fight Canelo. And I'm like, I don't know what Callum Smith you guys are pushing for. Because the last time I checked, that Callum Smith was getting beat up by John Ryder. The last time I checked, I thought John Ryder outworked Callum Smith. And when John Ryder backed Callum Smith to the ropes, Callum Smith didn't know what to do. Apart from just tuck up into a ball and let John Ryder unload on him. But I told you this in the pre-fight. I told you this was the reason why John Ryder, once he got past the jab, would get inside and do damage. This is John Ryder. No disrespect to John Ryder, but let's back it up even further. The kickboxer. Remember in the World Boxing Super Series? The kickboxer that Callum Smith fought backed him up to the ropes, put him under pressure, and Callum Smith went life and death against him. I do not understand what boxing fans are pushing so much for this Callum Smith fight. I like Callum Smith. I've said it 1,000 times. I'd rather see Callum Smith fight Billy Joe Saunders. Right? Why? Because this style is all wrong for Callum Smith. Technically, it's a bloodbath. What you're looking at is Rocky Fielding Part 2. Well, what do you mean by that, Baylor? Well, it's quite simple. Callum Smith is straight up and down. What I mean by straight up and down is he's got a nice jab, he's got a nice right hand, works well to the body if you allow him to. Callum Smith is a front foot fighter, means that he's effective off the front foot. When he's on the front foot, when he's controlling the range, when he's using the jab, when he's throwing the right hand, when he stands right in front of Callum Smith looks $1,000,000. But if you think that Canelo Alvarez is going to stand right in front of Callum Smith and not make him pay, you must have another thing coming. And you see Canelo's already a good body puncher, right? And you see how Canelo walked down the bigger, taller Rocky Fielding. You saw he walked him down there. Go look at that fight. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen to Callum Smith. Canelo will walk Callum Smith to the ropes. Smith will back up onto the ropes, and the fight will be over. This fight ain't going 12 rounds. You're lucky this fight goes 6 rounds. Because as soon as Canelo gets Smith to them ropes, the fight is over. Because Callum Smith doesn't know how to defend. He just tucks up into the ball like he doesn't want to know. Watch his fights. Smith cannot fight off the back foot. Not when he's under pressure. He doesn't like pressure, and he doesn't have any form of defense apart from to curl up into a ball. So if that's the fight that you are pushing for, then you're going to be sadly disappointed. You're not going to get the war you expected. Because Canelo is far better, technically. Upper body movement, head movement. Do you know what I mean? Digging and body shots in. You ain't going to see. Listen, when Canelo goes rat-a-tat-tat to the rib cage of Mr. Smith, who likes to cover up, and cover the earmuffs. So as he puts the earmuffs up, rat-a-tat-tat to the body. I'm telling you now, this fight will be over within 6 rounds. Look at Rocky Fielding and look at Callum Smith. Rocky Fielding is probably a little better off the back foot than Callum Smith. Callum Smith is a sitting duck. John Ryder is a better fight. Why? Because John Ryder can fight off the front foot, he can fight off the back foot, and he can move from side to side a little bit. It gives you a bit of variation. But Callum Smith fights one way and one way only. And when you fight one way and one way only, and Callum Smith's been very fortunate because there's a lot of fighters that he hasn't fought. James DeGale, Durrell, Benavides. Remember when the light heavyweight they just moved up, Ramirez offered him a fight. Didn't want to know any of them guys. Now he's going to want to go and fight Canelo. And you guys think that Canelo, this is a good fight to make. And listen, anybody who thinks that this is a good fight for Canelo needs a good fight for Smith needs their eyes testing. Yeah, Ryder does give you a different look. Callum Smith is straight up and down. How can you want to see the guy that got comprehensively beat by John Ryder, who is no way near, with all due respect, the skill set of Canelo, and then he got backed up by a kickboxer, and you want to see that fight? Or have you not? You all don't know what boxing is. You don't understand what boxing is. This is a painful fight for Callum Smith. Again, I like Callum Smith, but technically he's not good enough. He should have years ago. That's because of the trainer he's got. Callum Smith could be a much better fighter. We have a limited fighter because of his training and because of his trainer. No disrespect to his trainer, but it is what it is. If his trainer could have given him any better, he would have done better for him. But he can't. Smith cannot fight off the back foot. So you're going to try and fight Canelo? And do what? I'll put your hands up and tuck up when the blows start flying in. And then blows are going to come in vicious. Any mistakes by Callum Smith to the body and to the head. Smith through, and what the other way that Canelo can do is shutting Smith's jab down. How do you shut a jab down? You feint. You look to chuck the overhand right. You put the fear of God into Smith. And when he goes to chuck the overhand right and Smith backs up to throw the jab, that's where Canelo dig to the body. Close the range down real fast. You think Canelo's going to stand there all night for Callum Smith to measure him with a jab to throw the right hand and to the body? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? What do you think this is? Saturday Night Live on Sky Sports. Callum Smith in Liverpool? No chance. And he's not going to be fighting in Liverpool. That's for damn sure. You ain't going to be fighting no Liverpool. You'll be out in America. You're looking at a bloodbath. You're looking at a boy who's going to get seriously hurt. They say protect yourself at all times. Smith does not protect himself at all times. As long as Smith's in the center of the ring, the way Callum Smith has to win this fight, he has to stay in the center of the ring, use the jab, and keep giving Canelo angles. Move, move, move. And like a cow goes, move. That's how Canelo's got to move. Smith's got to move. Move, move, move. Like them amateur days. And for 12 rounds, move. Keep giving him different looks. Don't stand in the same place too long, or you get flattened. That's it. There is no other part of breakdown and prediction. And if you're asking me how this fight ends, it ends with Callum Smith crumpled in a corner with a pile of body shots. It's a task that Smith shouldn't even take on. Don't even talk about daring to be great or fighting the best. If you're going to fight the best, prepare yourself to fight the best. And how much preparation time is Smith getting for Canelo? So what we're now? August? Coming into August? A week from August? Into September? Really? Man. And you all fighting for the okie doke. Ryder would give you a better fight. Ryder would give you a better fight. Ryder would give you a better fight. Much better fight. Smith team's in for. Listen, Smith don't need to know what I'm saying here. Liv, Smith don't need to know what I'm saying here. Smith knows himself. Smith's an intelligent guy. He knows he got backed up by the kickboxer. Let me tell you something. If George Groves was fully fit, George Groves would have knocked Callum Smith into next week. I'm telling you now, he would have knocked Callum Smith into next week. Make the Ryder fight. Ryder is a far better boxer. And a far all-round boxer. More versatile. Ryder can box. He can slug. He can counter punch. He can work on the inside. Why would you want a guy that can only move one way? and he's not. Yeah, and he won't be very good at it. So the jab that you see Smith putting on most of these British guys or these European guys, he ain't gonna put that jab on Canelo because Canelo has a different class. Canelo make you miss, and then make you pay. The first time you make a miss, boom, that Canelo's gonna make you pay. Make the Ryder fight. The kickboxer, Nikki somebody, I think. Nikki someone. Yeah, I told you. Well, we know how to spot. Listen, you talk about, but I didn't watch Belanga fight. You know, when BWTM's got their eyes on somebody, what they're about. Keep your eyes on him, right? And I keep telling you all, Rashidi Ellis. I don't know what Golden Boy have done with poor Rashidi. Rashidi Ellis was the best amateur in the USA, welterweight. There's a man right there that will give Errol Spence a run for his money. Crazy hand speed, one punch knockout power, hands between. He's got hands like Leonard and Roy Jones. He's got that sort of. Yeah, there you go, Nick Hoskin. How the hell, how on earth can you let Nick Hoskin, right, a kickboxer, back you up on the ropes and make you go life and death, and then suddenly out of somewhere, then John Ryder, whoever saw John Ryder, what you fight John Ryder for? Beat you into tomorrow and beat you up in front of your own people, but you don't even get the belt, and then after that, people are pushing you to go and fight Canelo for what? Nicky Holster, yeah, I call him Nicky Holster. Just crushed the poor guy inside a minute, Ingram. Belanga is heavy-handed. Only a prospect, but looks nice. You know, man. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. As Wilder says, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Google that stuff, man. Google that stuff. I saw you interview him. Thank you very much. Actually, I've got an interview Eric Skoglund on my channel, and I need to get that interview out as well. Yeah, Skoglund gave him problems as well. So if Skoglund's giving him problems, the kickboxer's giving him problems, Ryder beat him. Are you really serious? It's only people that love Matchroom. Only people that love Matchroom, and what that promoter says, he's the best prospect in the world. How did Callum Smith become the best prospect in the world? Oh, he's the best super middleweight in the world. On whose watch? Yeah. Yes, Yolanda, how you doing? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? The beautiful, wonderful, great Yolanda Cortez. Yolanda, how you doing? Did you see my boy Balanga do the business? Did you see my boy Balanga do the business? Balanga's my boy, man. He's my boy. I would put Balanga in Balanga super middleweight, yeah? I'd put Balanga in with Callum Smith tomorrow. I wouldn't think twice about it. I would put Balanga in with Callum Smith today and I wouldn't think about it twice. I'd tell Balanga, very simple. See them heavy hands? Walk forward, push Smith to the ropes and let your hands go. And Smith ain't gonna go nowhere. He does not counter off the ropes, so you have to worry about him countering off the ropes. Get close and let your hands go. Rip to body and rip to head. And he will just tuck up. He ain't gonna throw no punches back. Smith is the most vulnerable of the super middleweight champions today. You don't want to fight Benavidez. You didn't want to fight Ramirez. You didn't want to fight James DeGale. You didn't want to fight Durrell. But suddenly you want to fight. You get brave. You want to fight Canelo. Come on. Come on, people. Stop it. Stop it. Belanga looks good, but very young. 14 fights. They build him gradually. I think he's very mature in his interview just. Yeah, but you got to remember where Belanga came from. You got Belanga. You got Justin Biggs. There's a whole bunch of them, right? But they all come under Evander Holyfield. They were all under the Real Deal promotion. If you remember, that's how I met Belanga. If you go back to that night, like Evander Holyfield, like the Real Deal promotions, I spoke to all the fighters that night that were in that in that makeup, in that promotional team, in that promotional camp. And Belanga was one of the guys, as well as you'll remember, so you got Belanga, you got Boots Ennis, another interview we did. Boots Ennis is another guy. Rashidi Ellis. That's 3 there. So there's some top quality guys out there. Top quality. Belanga's gonna learn his train right. I like what I see of Belanga. I do like it, and I like what I see of his mate as well. The guy who's fighting Lopez. I like Lopez. You know why I like Lopez? Because I like his attention to defense. Yeah, he's explosive and he's got power, but I like his defense. I like his D. That's what turns me on about Lopez. His D. When he's throwing his punches and he gets his elbows up. I like his old school. I like a man who's got defense. I like a man who's always throwing his punches. He understands defense as well. That's why I loved Andre Ward. He's throwing his punches, but he's aware of defense. You know what I mean? Likes his defense. Likes his defense. I liked what's his name? The heavyweight, Bryant Jennings, because of defense. And I think my dream would have been for Jennings to work with Evander Holyfield. See, I like Jennings' defense. Thinks a bit too much at times, but defense is good. I'd like to see him work with Holyfield to work on throwing 4 or 5 punch combinations rather than 1-2 combination punches. He spars with Deverenchenko regular. His trainer is Andre Rozier. Yeah, but he's a good damn trainer anyway. He's got a good damn trainer. So I need to get his trainer in. I need to get an interview with his trainer. I've got Zab Judah's dad. I've got to do an interview with him as well. I've got some interviews I've still got to do, man. Damn. But yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys. I have to tell you straight as it is. Canelo is going to absolutely destroy Callum Smith. Unless for some reason Canelo decides to leave his skill set at home. You know, and you got to remember as well, Canelo's got to be taking fights. And Oscar's peed with him, but Canelo's got to take fights so he can see out that contract. You understand? They've invested a lot of money in Canelo. So why is he going to take the better fight guys, killers? And I said to you already, going back, there were 2 guys that were out. There were 2 sheep that were getting fat. Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. And they were ready to come in for slaughter. So he was calling Callum Smith in for slaughter, and he was calling Billy Joe Saunders for slaughter. I said this before. Oh yeah, Billy Joe Saunders will beat Canelo. Yeah, well he may have beaten Canelo when he was around the time he fought. What's the boy's name? What's that boy's name? The guy who can't box but punches. The Canadian guy. Oh my mind. He'll come up in it. I can see him now. He's slipped back here, and he can't box for crap, but he can punch. Oh, the Canadian, French Canadian. Somebody bring his name up. Yes, Nathan. John Ryder is an underrated fighter. He is an underrated fighter, but John Ryder is not people's cup of tea. I don't know why. Lemieux, that's it. Lemieux. After Lemieux fight, that's when he should have fought. And if between the 2 of them, I would have gone on fight GGG. And I fought GGG. And I'll say, Billy, very simple. This is how you beat GGG. Stay off the ropes. In and out. Throw your punches, come out. Throw your punches, get out. Do not lane straight back. Lean to the side, come to the sides. Get out the side door. When you throw GGG, 2-3 punches, come out. Side door. Come out. Side door. Come out. Side door. Do not stay in the center of the ring for too long with GG. Throw your punches. Side door. Side door. Keep him off the ropes. Right? Anytime you throw your comment, and you stun him, or his head goes back, get out of the way. Because GGG does the same thing every time. You throw punches, his head goes back, and like a recoil, his head goes back, and then he comes and throws punches at you. I mean, he'll come searching for you. You've got to get out the side doors. And get GGG and Canelo have got the same problem. Movement. So Saunders would have to be very best. They have to be very sharp. And I still don't know how Billy Joe Saunders takes a punch against a guy like Canelo. So like taking a punch off guys who either don't want to hit you or can't hit you or haven't got the ability to catch you. Canelo's catching you. And he's catching you regular to body and head. And I don't know if Billy Joe Saunders has got in him to sustain that kind of punishment. because that's some heavy duty punishment there. That's a man that's got heavy investment behind him, so that he's gonna be very heavily invested to get rid of you. You understand? And that's something that you know. I tell you, a guy wouldn't mind fighting Canelo. I'd love to see Chris Eubank Jr. fight Canelo. 12 rounds, Eubank get himself in tremendous shape, and he'll just brawl with Canelo. Canelo will probably outbox him, but I just want to see Eubank and Canelo brawl. And I would just tell Eubank, just get out there, forget trying to box Canelo, and take him into an absolute war. Don't give him time to think. Don't give him time to look pretty and box. War. And you'll throw more punches than Golovkin, right? And you'll work harder than Golovkin. Just throw your punches. Arms, elbows, head. Just let your punches go, boy. Let your punches go. For as long as you can. That's how I'd fight Canelo. I would not tell Eubank to try and box him. And I certainly won't be telling him, oh yeah, try and box like Roy, because he'll get absolutely clattered. You have to fight Canelo. Keep the fight close and fight him on the inside. Push him to the ropes. Push him to the ropes. And see if you can back Canelo up and have a war with him. That's it. That's it. That's it. Absolute war. That's what it would have to be. It have to be war. You can't go there trying to box, because we know Eubank can't box. And if Roy Jones is trying to teach him to box now, he can forget it. Can't box. Eubank can't box. Eubank can't box. He's just about spell box. He just about can spell box. He can just about spell box. He can't box. Caleb Plant, are you? You want pain for Smith, right? Caleb Plant. You want pain for Smith as well, yeah? That's another man. Caleb Plant. That's another man that will cause a lot of pain for Callum Smith. Them men are savages. Callum, Benavidez and Plant. Them guys are savages. Not in a disrespect. Caleb Plant's a savage. Even the guy that Plant fought and beat up Durrell, yeah? That guy. I don't think Smith's handling him. Of course anybody who comes forward to Smith with the intention to put him on the back foot and will rat-a-tat his body and look to put him on the ropes and put pressure on him are going to be a problem for Smith. People don't like to hear that stuff. You understand? People don't like to hear that stuff. And John Riley is one of the most improved fighters, I think. He's one of the most improved fighters in Britain. But I don't know. You know what? And I'm changing my prediction. I mean, how do people think that Callum Smith will win this fight? I mean, where do you see Callum Smith? How do you see Callum Smith winning this fight? If you're backing Smith in this fight to win, and not because the promoter says daring to be great, or Adam Smith tells you a mouth-watering fight here. Can the man from Liverpool do it? No, he certainly can't. No, those are not the reasons why you should be. That's the guy. Can I pronounce his name right? Ustagete. Him. He would give Smith nightmares as well. All them men, them savages. Anyone come from a savage background. You know who I think would give Smith problems as well? Is Eubank Jr. The only thing about Eubank Jr. and Smith is this. Eubank Jr. seems to get settled by the jab. He seems to get daddied by the left jab. Do you understand? So that's why Eubank, I wouldn't be so much in a rush to see Eubank fight Smith, because I think Smith's jab and his height would give Eubank problems, because he's been found wanting when the jab starts to tap that forehead of his. You understand? So that's not a fight that I would be vouching for Smith. I would vouch for Eubank to fight Saunders now again. I think now's the right time for Eubank to fight Saunders. I would go for that rematch because I'm not sure Saunders wants to box anymore. I'm not sure he wants to box anymore. I don't mean that by like he wants to retire. I just don't think he's got the interest in boxing. I don't know why I get that feeling about Billy Joe Saunders. He did not look the same after, though he was really poor last fight. Maybe the plant loss hurt him. He looked good versus Durrell, though. Yeah, but you know what? Plant's a damn good fighter. Plant's always been a good fighter. And Plant can box and he can move. So he didn't look that good. So, when you think you're almost invincible and you get beat the way he got beat by Plant when he was expected to win, that can take a lot mentally of a fighter. And some fighters never return the same way. So, yeah. But, yeah. So that's it. A painful prediction for Callum Smith versus Canelo. I hope to God they swerve the fight. I really hope they do. But you know what? For the sake of the progression in the super middleweight division, I hope the fight is made. For the sake of progression in the super middleweight division, I hope the fight is made. Because he's had that belt for a while now. And Callum Smith, he's one of these guys, he seems to hold the belt for ages. Isaac's double. Nice to see Isaac return tonight. Yeah, good to see Dogboe come back, of course. Just talking about him earlier tonight. I didn't watch him fight, but yeah, congratulations. Good to see Isaac Dogboe back. What he does, I think he's back at lightweight now. And what he does, it's lightweight, if I'm correct. What he does at lightweight, I don't know. Because, he's got a new team. Now his team, you're going to have to teach him how to box. As you know, if you check on the channel, you'll see I've got a few Dogboe interviews again. Before he became champion, and I was one of the first to interview him when he was back in the UK when he became champion. I even got an arm wrestle with Isaac Dogboe as well. That was quite fun. He stopped him in the 8th round. Good for Dogboe, yeah. But I don't know if he's going to have the same power at lightweight. And there's some tasty guys around at lightweight. So we'll have to wait and see. But as you've seen, another guy, Dogboe, whose physical strength he used over his boxing ability. And once you've got a nice jab and you can box, there's problems there. I like Dogboe. Should fight at 122, not 126, in my opinion. 126. So he's not a lightweight then. No, man. Nathan, I've met Dogboe, right? I've met Dogboe. And Dogboe is built, he may look like he's built like a middleweight. I'm not joking, he's built like a middleweight. I've stood right next to Dogboe. And he's got guns, he's proper rock solid. He's a unit, Dogboe. He's short, but he's a unit. Physically. And when I looked at him, I stood next to him, he's got not an inch of fat on him. That's pure muscle. So how the hell he was fighting that weight division, I've got no idea how they were making that weight division. Guy's solid, man. The guy's solid. He's strong. Don't get me wrong. But he's solid. Solid. I don't know how he made that weight division he made. But then I look at someone like Spike O'Sullivan, who's a middleweight, yeah? And he's small. As a middleweight, he's really small. So I don't understand. I don't get it sometimes. No. Bro, that's not he looks strong. He is strong. Barry Hunter's trainer says I'd like him at 122. Yeah, that's right. Barry Hunter's a good trainer. So Barry Hunter will teach him how to, if not how to box, how to use his boxing ability better than just walking forward, just having muscles and trying to knock a guy out, which is all well and good. But when you move to the higher echelons of boxing, you can't get away with that stuff. You now have to learn how to box. And if you don't learn how to box, someone's going to teach you how to box. You know, understand? So I'm glad to see he's done the right thing. He's got a good team around him. And all the best to Isaac Dogboe. He's got still something to offer. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad he took the break and Corona, because he took a shellac in that first fight and he took a shellac in the rematch. I was looking at Bob Arum and I said to Bob, who's Dogboe going to have in a rematch? Oh, who's Dogboe going to fight next? He said, well, we need him to fight the guy he lost the title against. I said, what, Bob? He went, yeah, I want Dogboe to go and have the rematch against the guy he lost the title against. And after we do that, and who knows? But for now, I got Dogboe in a rematch, and that's it. He'll be back against the guy that beat him. See if he can win his title back. And I'm like, that man gave me a shellac in the first time. I'm gonna go back and take a second shellacking. Barrett's a good trainer. Did well with Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson's another one. My boy, Lamont can box. Lamont can box. Lamont should have done so much more of his career because he could box. Yeah, Dogboe was badly managed. Should never have been down in a rematch with Navarrete. Well, it might be an investment thing, really. There might have been some investment there with him. So, yeah. I don't agree with some of the things Dogboe did with his career. And if it were me, I would have handled my career very differently. And I would have done things differently. But when you've got so many ears, when so many people whispering in your ear, and half of them are not qualified to be talking on boxing, whispering in your ear, then this is what happens. I don't think that was I'm not sure if that was a mandatory defense or was a voluntary defense. But I wouldn't have taken that fight. I think it was voluntary. I don't think it was mandatory. I wouldn't have taken that fight. Yeah, that to me, I always, when I saw that fight, I thought, you know what? That's a fight they've given, like you have to take. When a guy gets too big for their boots, or the impression is they've got too big for their boots. That's all right. You know what? We need to stop. We need to show you what you're about. And I wasn't happy. I personally wasn't happy with like some of the things that we're doing in camp was working, but other things I would like to see done differently in camp. And obviously, those things got exposed when he fought a higher level of opponent. They got exposed not once; they got exposed twice. So it took 2 beatings for Dogboe and his team to understand that that's not enough. Now they've got some professionalism in the corner. So I may have done them a favour. So yeah, right. Let me get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really do appreciate you like and subscribe, and please do share the videos across boxing forums. And if you do know any boxing forums that you think I should be sharing videos in, please let me know. Put me in the comment section as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the love. See you all. Have a great night.